So, good day everyone. My topic is all about standard form. So, what is standard form? It is the ability of the paper or presentation to be understood by the reading and hearing audience in crucial, and it must be prepared such as student, professor, and researcher in the subject area that typically perform to make up the audience. As a result, a vocabulary used in the presentation must be familiar to the audience and appreciate their level of education and discipline background. So, according to the statement, it is crucial to employ the relevant vocabulary and terms that the audience is familiar with their order to effectively explain your views, while using extremely simple language may come out and patronizing or lacking in deep using overly complicated or technical language may make it difficult to the audience to understand. So, first sample rule. First simple rule. So it is a use of terminology that are frequently encountered and employed in the textbook provided to first and second year engineering student in the universities all across the world. So the first simple rule is stated that suggesting that it's important to use language that is commonly accepted and understood within the field. So rather than introducing a new or unfamiliar terms that may confuse or alienate the audience. The second simple rule. Use research and statistical techniques that are described in textbooks is a straightforward second rule. The writer should refrain from coining new words, naming equations after themselves or their research institute, referring to author of innovative engineering concept is up to you. So, in the statement, according to the statement, the author of novel engineers and concept may be mentioned in writing at their choice. So, in other words, it is optional for a writer to acknowledge or give credit to the creator of certain ideas or literary device. So, third simple rule. It is to utilize equation symbols that are compatible with those found in books and other writer materials. The first equation that employs each symbol in an equation must be identified in the text right before the right after it. So, in the praise implies that it is crucial to utilize equation symbols that are compatible with those found in books and other written materials while employing equations in a paper or presentation. So this means that among the engineering community, the symbols employed in the equation must be standardized and identifiable. So the statement also emphasizes how crucial it is to locate the first equation in the text that uses each symbol either before and after another. So generally, the objective is employed equations using a clear and consistent notation that well known and understood within the technical community, while also giving the audience enough and explain to the comprehend the equation behind use. So next, so this is the example of defining symbols. So the voltage can be determined from the Ohm's law. So V is equal to I over RL. So the resistance, the current over the resistance. Where the I is the current through the component and RL is the resistance of the component I. So note that the symbols in the text must be identical in size and font those used in the equation and useless unless subscripts subscripts are used in the equation. So this is the another example of defining symbols. In mathematics, the symbol identical is used to indicates identical equation to this symbol is used to define a relationship between a mathematical expressions that are exactly equal to each other. For example, if we want to define the value of the constant pi as the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter, we could use the following symbol. So pi is identical to two variables, and here the symbol of identical indicates that the value of pi is identically equal to the ratio of circumference to the diameter of a circle. This symbol is used to define the relationship between the two expressions in the precise and ambiguous way. So next. So this is another example of definition symbol. So definition symbol is a symbol of for all, which is used in mathematical logic to indicate for all. This symbol is used to define a universal statement that applies to all elements in a particular set of domains. For example, if we want to define the statement all integers are even or odd, we could use the following symbol. Following symbol for all natural numbers is a set is even, V is odd. So the symbol for all indicates that the statement applies to all integers, and in the set of integers z, this symbol is used to define the universal quantifiers for all, which is fundamental concept in mathematical logic. So another example of naming conventions. So it is highly unlikely that James Clerk Maxwell can call his equation Maxwell equation, and Newton did not define Newton fluid or Newton first and second law. So example number 1. So this is the example number 1. Consultant. So tell me about your new product. What is it and what makes it unique? So the client said, it is a line of organic pet food that use only locally sourced ingredients. Consultant. Great. And what kind of message do you want to convey with the name of this product? Client. We want to emphasize the organic and local aspects of the product as well as the fact that it's for pets. So the consultant said, Okay, how about your festively organic? Each category has a positive connotation and clearly communicates the organic aspect of the product. So that is the example number two. So example number two. So the consultant said, your company is expanding into the fashion industry. What kind of image do you want to project with your new lines of clothing? So the clients replied, we want to be seen as innovative and cutting edges, but also sophisticated and luxurious. So the consultant, all right, let's brainstorm some names that reflect those qualities. How about Innovoids or Luxnova? They're both modern sounding and convey a sense of innovations and luxury. So example number three, consultant. Your startup is developing a new mobile app that helps people manage their finance. What kind of name would you like for this app? So we want to name, so the client said, we want a name that's easy to remember but also reflect the financial aspect of the app. So the consultant replied, how about spendwise, spendwise? It is simple and easy to remember and it conveys the idea of being smart with your money. So that's the example of conventions. So almost all acronyms. So we are going to explain the acronyms. So almost acronyms word form from the major letter of word combination should be described as a set of initial immediately after the first mention in the text. Commercial product name should not be used in the body of the text. So, in a sense, the device in the statement says that it's crucial to identify acronyms as a group of initial rights after they're first mentioned in a document of presentation. So this means that when an acronym is first used, the full term should be defined before the acronym is used. So the acronym is then used throughout the remainder of the paper or presentation. So the objective is to eliminate the objective of the statement is to eliminate any potential bias or conflict of interest that may result from using a crucial product names in the text while spontaneously ensuring that the audience understand any acronyms used by clearly and constantly explain their meanings. So so this is the example of acronyms. The word radar, light radar is quite acceptable, but name of particular radar units should not be used. So commonly, if the radar units should not, so commonly if the name of this unit should only be found in the list of reference at the end of article. So for example, of the way we write such sentence in the following. The distance of objective was determined using the leader XX. So her XX is reference to the commercial name of the unit and its detailed and reference keys. Example number, this is the example also. So NASA, National Astronomic and Space Administration, and ASAP, as soon as possible, and AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome. So acronyms are often used to shorten the longer phrase or names, making them easy to remember and use in communicate. However, it's important to note that everyone may familiar with particular acronyms, so it's good idea to define or explain the acronyms when using for the first term in a communication. So so that's all for today, and thank you.